Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexa, for those of you who are new. Um, I would like to talk to you today about something that is important to me. When I first started this channel, I decided that I would not discuss religion or politics. But in light of recent events in the United States and more recent events to close friends, um, that isn't really possible any longer. There's a point in life where you have to actually take a stand, regardless of whether or not it's going to be popular. And as I have this platform with the possibility of reaching people, I need to express my opinion. Um, for those of you who have watched some of my videos may know that I have been deported from the U.S. Um, when I left the States this past March of last year, they told me that I would not be allowed to re-enter the United States. Now, I lived there for 66 years. I immigrated legally when I was 8 years old or 9 years old. My mother and I moved to America. We immigrated there, and I had a non-revocable A1 green card, which did not have an expiration date on it. Still doesn't have an expiration date on it. I lived there. I worked there. I was educated there. I lived there for 66 years. To my knowledge, I was not a drug dealer or had killed anybody. I paid my taxes. I owned property. I went to school. I went to work. I was an upstanding citizen. And no reason other than the fact that I'm not born in the United States is the reason that I'm no longer welcome. Now, I consider myself one of the lucky ones because I'm 75 years old, soon to be 76. So, I had sold my house there, so not a huge problem. Don't have many ties in those particular ways. So, on the whole, pretty good. And also, I've been coming since I'd retired. I've been coming to England and going back and forth and spending half the year with my sister and half the year here. So I have a relationship with England, and I have somewhere to stay and friends and what have you. But that's not the case for a lot of people who are being deported from the States to countries that they left when they were, children like I was, and they're sent off there, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I have just recently found out in the last couple of days that a friend of mine who's married, has children, has a job because she's only 52, I think she is, and she has been deported back to Poland. And she left Poland when she was 3 years old. She doesn't speak Polish, and she doesn't have any close relatives there. And now her family have to, spend their savings, mortgage their house to try and get her back. They're afraid to leave the country, for fear that they won't be allowed back in the country. But she had a job, a career, and she's lost her job. Of course, they can't keep her on. She's no longer, welcome in the States. But it's unacceptable. And then, of course, what's happening in Minnesota is it's beyond a joke now. And it's not only just affecting the United States. This is also affecting countries around the world. I live in England, and it's affecting us here. I mean, the prices of things have risen. Anything that comes from countries that have ridiculous tariffs on them. And, things are just going up. There's also, you've got UN soldiers all going to Greenland because some dickwad in the White House thinks that he wants to own it. It's not a Monopoly game. We're not playing Monopoly here. The man is a total illiterate for a start. You're dealing with a toddler here that wants everybody's toys. It's just not possible. Now, I know a lot of you out there think, well, it doesn't affect us. The Americans, they've done it this way, that way, whatever. Yeah, to a certain degree that is true, but America is a superpower, and you have a total idiot in control of this who just thinks that he wants to run the world because he's the smartest thing since sliced bread, and he can do everything better than anybody else in the world. So he wants to own everything, and everybody needs to do what he says. This is going to have a trickle-down effect, a domino effect that's going to affect everybody, and it is starting to. But, everybody needs to let their voice be heard. And even though you think your voice may not mean anything, it does. Because if you have a lone voice in the wilderness and you unite with every other lone voice in the wilderness, soon we're a cacophony of no, this is not right, and enough is enough. So stand up, do what you can. And at the moment, what you can do is not buy American. Anything that is made in America, manufactured by America, or has ties to America, don't buy it. From toothpaste to cars, just don't buy it. It's going to affect the American people. Yes, that's true, but their situation is very good at the moment anyways. So this will affect the money people, the corporations that run the political system nowadays, and they put this jerk in the office. So, don't support it. Let your voice be heard. Say it. No, this is not right. Enough is enough. And I may upset people out there, and I'm really sorry about that, but this is one of those things where, everybody has to say, we've had enough, and you can't do that. You can't treat people like that. You can't treat other countries like that. You can't hold up the world for ransom because you want to own something or you want people to do what you want them to do. That's not the political way. That's not the way you do things. Normal people don't do things like that. And so he can't get away with this. And the only way that he can be stopped is by people uniting together and saying, no, enough is enough. So I'll let it go at that, and I appreciate your listening to me. Thank you so much. Bye now.